What is good people? Welcome back to the Modern Man Africa YouTube channel. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at the craziest divorce story that I think I've ever covered on this channel. It promises to be quite a doozy, so let's jump straight into it. Title: Divorce Settlement. Wife who burned husband's clothes and car gets half of his pension and house. A Tembisa woman who admitted to burning all of her husband's clothes and partly torching his car will receive half of his government pension fund and a share of their house in the divorce settlement. The ruling was recently made by the South Gauteng High Court in Johannesburg after the husband filed for divorce and sought forfeiture of patrimonial benefits against the wife. He requested that she forfeit the house, 2 cars, and half of his pension fund. The pair got married in community of property in 2007 and had 1 child in their marriage. In his evidence, the husband stated that he bought the house in 2011 and claimed the wife refused to contribute towards the household expenses. He mentioned that he financed her education, but once she got a job, she did not contribute to the joint estate. Well, that's all too common, hey? A lot of the times you'll hear that guys will prop women up and elevate them to a higher level or a status, and then all of a sudden, in most instances, these women will leave. Thank you so much for bringing me up and educating me and helping me improve myself, but I've got it from here and I'm going to go in search of greener pastures. To further support his claim, he said she received a lump sum payment of over 17,600 Rand from an arbitration award and used the money to renovate her parental home. He claimed that in 2011, they had a disagreement and she tried to burn the house and his car. Crazy bitch. That's wild. Some guys out here really go through the most. I can't imagine having the person that alleges that they love you try burn down your house and your car. He testified that in 2013, his wife began staying out overnight due to extramarital affairs and would sometimes return home drunk late at night. He said that when he informed her of his intention to divorce, she retaliated by burning all of his clothes and damaging the engine of his car. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there were signs before this that this guy was married to a crazy person, and he probably ignored all the red flags because, as we've already established on this channel, how do I put this diplomatically? The emotionally unstable or crazy chicks are pretty good in the sack, not gonna lie. For whatever reason that is, they're amazing, but that amazingness comes with a couple of screws loose, in their heads. It's wild. Due to the tumultuous nature of their relationship, he moved out of their home in 2014 and began living with his brother. In her evidence, she explained that she partially burned the car and all his clothes because the husband was harassing her and had also threatened her with a gun. That's a strange way to respond to somebody threatening you with a gun, to go ahead and burn their clothes and, ruin the engine of their car. Don't know what she was thinking. She denied having any extramarital affairs and accused the husband of infidelity. She claimed he infected her with a chronic disease which now requires her to be on medication. Regarding her contribution towards the household expenses, she stated that it was agreed upon that the husband would cover the bond while she handled the groceries, municipal rates and taxes, electricity, and clothing for their child. She further stated that she was solely responsible for the cooking, cleaning of the house, and caring of the child. So basically the standard agreement between 2 married people where the husband is taking on the bulk of the heavy lifting in terms of the expenses. So nothing out of the ordinary there from what I can see. She denied using her arbitration award proceeds towards renovating her parental home and asserted that the proceeds were used for the benefit of the family. The judge said from the evidence, the marriage between the 2 parties appears to have been rocky from the start. Yeah, it's probably because of all of those red flags that the husband missed, with violence perpetrated from both sides. The judge said the husband failed to provide sufficient proof that the wife was cheating and did not contribute to the growth of the joint estate. I'm convinced that both parties have contributed in one way or the other to the upkeep and growth of the joint estate, even though not at the same level, she said. In addition, there was no evidence provided that the wife used arbitration proceeds to renovate her parental home. As a result, the judge said the joint estate will be divided equally, including the husband's pension. However, the wife's claim to be retained in the husband's medical aid after divorce was dismissed. Okay, so let me see if I got this straight. This guy is out of pocket because she burnt his clothes, damaged his car, and then on top of all of that, he still has to split the joint estate with his wife, and she's not criminally prosecuted for any of her wrongdoings. She gets to walk away scot-free without any sort of punitive measures taken against her, and the husband still has to pay her all of this money from his pension fund, and also he's lost his home because, according to the story, he moved out to go live with his brother. It's crazy out here what men are having to go through on a day-to-day basis, and I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. That's why it's imperative to keep reassessing one another's positions in your lives in order to assess whether this person is still the person that you want to be with over an extended period of time. From the sounds of things, this was a toxic and dysfunctional relationship from the start, and it's by no means a surprise that this relationship went crashing and burning in a spectacular ball of flames. Hopefully, this will be a lesson to men out there to not ignore the red flags in their significant other and to act on them as soon as they are identified.